We're back. I'm on business today.
Right.
Okay.
Guys, welcome back to the Keeping It Frank podcast show. Welcome back to the Keeping It Frank podcast show with me, your boy, your host with the mother effing most. You like that one? Was good?
It was all right.
All right, Keston Holiday Frank. You know what it is, man. I'm out here with the number 2 co-host.
I'm still number 1. I'm the one people really want to see, okay? That's why the video is important to see me.
Yeah?
I'm joking. Hi, guys. It's Triggs.
Trigonometry and all that shit. You know how that
And you know, trigonometry works for this episode.
Yeah? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because we have a guest this episode.
We do have a lovely guest.
Mm-hmm.
My good friend / businesswoman / entrepreneur / just smart black girl magic / all of that. Okay.
All that.
My friend Candace.
Candace, what up, Candace?
Hi, what's up? Thank you so much for that introduction. It was amazing.
Oh, God. I was trying to add some more in there.
Yeah, she was like
Great
thinking,
job.
she was like slash.
I was throwing some things because she do a lot of things, all right?
I see that, yeah.
She do a lot of things. You gotta make it season. You gotta make the introduction season.
What up, man? So how you doing, Candace?
I'm good.
I need to talk to her right now. So, how you doing, Candace?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah?
Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for coming all the way out here.
Yeah. We're going to toast to that. You can't.
Yes.
Where your water at, Candace? Because
Isn't it bad luck to toast
But
with
now I'm like,
Is it?
I don't know. Cheers.
We breaking all the rules. Fuck it. Let's go.
Cheers to the union. To the
I
union.
drank and I cheers. We're good.
If it is bad luck, then,
Awesome. Well, so the little nickname that Keston likes to call me, being trigonometry, actually works perfect for this episode because my lovely friend here has her own tutoring company.
Yes.
So please just enlighten us just about obviously the name of your company.
Yeah.
What
Let them know how smart. Let them know you're smarter than everybody else that's watching this shit right now. Go ahead.
No. So the name of my business is Why Hate Math. We just recently became trademarked, so don't try to use it. But
Clap it up.
Yes, because I want to expand. But currently, we are a math tutoring company. We help students in all ages. Like I have students from kindergarten all the way to college. And we have virtual tutoring and we have in-person tutoring in East New York, Brooklyn. I have a team of tutors who work with me and they're amazing. And also we have a new revenue stream, new leg to the company, which is the math consulting. So I'm working with working with the DOE now. I have a contract to do math consulting in the school building. So
okay, you getting that school money.
Yes.
You getting that school. They don't really get paid like that, but you get that school money anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you taking the teacher's money.
It's really government money. It's government money. When Biden did the bailout, there was a lot of money that went towards education. And, we got to get a little piece of that because our students are in the system. So we, as our people, we got to get some of that too because people are getting that money. Trust me, they are.
I'm sure.
Man,
In all aspects, when it came during this pandemic, the money that they've been giving out, I feel like everybody's been getting it, and sometimes the black-owned companies have to.
So I was trying to get some. more. I was trying to scam my way up and get some of that shit because I'm
you were trying to go to jail for that.
I was trying to go to jail for it, but I was trying to see how these niggas was doing it, and then try to see what it was doing too much, so I do less of that, so I don't go to jail.
It didn't work for you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it didn't work out.
I ain't getting nothing.
Sorry to hear that.
I know it's crazy.
But so I do want to ask first, what got you into, math and then tutoring? Because a lot of people don't like math, which
other than you being smart as fuck, because you like math, you smart as fuck. Go ahead.
I do. I have always liked math ever since I was a young girl, and it's just been something that came really easy to me, but then it was fun for me and I just loved it. And so I went to college. I went to Spelman. I got a shout out my HBCU. And
oh man, Spelman girls be crazy, man.
What?
I know. Listen, every Spelman girl I met was crazy. I'm telling you.
You just like to meet crazy people.
I got the Spelman K that, and then this other Spelman. And then, the other girl just became a K too. It's crazy. I was like, man.
we're just high level thinkers, and you know, sometimes we have such free minds that people may not understand that. So you know, you may mistake that for something else, but we're good.
He just likes to deal with the crazies. Okay, that's what he likes.
I know you taking There is no wrong spelling, woman, but you may
he might have made the wrong selection.
Yeah, keep doing that.
But so just from your like love of math, I guess then you realize that a lot of people struggle with it.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, in school, I became a tutor in the math lab, which was something we had on campus for the students who went to Morehouse or Clark. They could come in the math lab and we can like get help, kind of like a work study program. And everyone there was like, oh, we love coming to you. Like, you really explained things to me that, you know, I had all the sorority girls come in. You know, they were popping on campus, but they're coming in like...
They were stupid in real life. Gotcha. I got you saying. I got what you was picking up a little bit. I got you.
I'm not going to say that now. They're good. But so I was realizing that I could, like, really help people. So I came out to New York and I just, started, I was working corporate, but I was just tutoring on the side. And then like that just kept picking up. And here we are today.
I think the progression is beautiful though. Like obviously I've known you for some years. Yes. So I feel like the progression of like you just doing tutoring to like now where your company is, I think is awesome.
And then you mentioned how long your company been running?
So I've been formally working under Why Hate Math's name for 2 years. Okay. And 2 years will be this month. So I'm going to try to do some type of...
chop it up, man. Anniversary. Let's do it up.
I love it.
That's dope.
I think the name honestly is perfect though, because I originally went to school for math. So
Did you?
Really?
How did it work out for you?
I originally went to be a math teacher.
That's crazy. And you're not that good.
So, how you know? Okay. Anyway, no, I really did. I got a scholarship to go to Hunter to be a math teacher.
Wow.
I never told you that. I could have sworn we've had that conversation at some point.
I didn't know, but you're good at math though.
Who knows now, child? The way they teach math now, I feel like it's so different.
You don't got a lot of her.
You're good with money and finance.
Yeah, but the funny thing about that though is like now with like the financial literacy presentations and stuff, I really don't have to do anything with numbers except like talking about people's budgets, but it's like the percentage, but that's about it. Like talking about credit and stuff like that is really just information. Yeah. Like it's not really sitting there calculating too much. But I was one of those people that did love math. My mom was very happy because she didn't have to help me with my math homework. Yeah. But I realized that there were a lot of people just growing up that a lot of people hate math as much as they love money and numbers. Yeah. They don't like the institutional aspect of mathematics.
Like I like math, the simple shit in the beginning, and that shit started getting more complicated. I was like, it's a wrap for this shit.
Exactly. So as long as I can count my pennies.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Subtract, divide,
and
add,
that's the
and
thing.
shit.
When the students get to that level and they get that fear, they get that anxiety, and they shy away. And when they do that, you're taking away from so many opportunities that they could have going forward.
It's like, do we really need to know what X is though? We really need to know.
So my old math teacher used to have this chart that was like showed all the different like trig, calculus, all those different things, and where you can use them for different areas, different careers. Because a lot of people do think, well, what do I need trigonometry for? What do I need calculus for? But if you are going to be in these certain fields. Careers or fields, then it can be helpful. Yes. So I think that's important to note.
STEM fields. Any engineering, architecture.
Oh, yeah.
But going deeper, like you need to know what X is because one of our pillars is just like using math to think critically, logically, analytically. So when you're doing something like algebra and you're solving for X, the unknown, that's life. So a lot of what we do is we work with kids to kind of connect like those principles just to their thinking so that they could just honestly be like smarter and be able to navigate things and use math in the real world on a daily basis because do use it.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
You clearly still haven't found X in life at all.
I gave up on X. I gave up on that
in life. I was like, gave up on X in life.
Yes. Yeah, but how did it? Because you said like 2 years, so I'm guessing that you came into like the beginning of the pandemic, and you know what I mean, and the bulk of the pandemic. So how did that treat you? Like how did you survive through that?
That was like, honestly, I know I'm one of the few businesses that can say this, but the pandemic really helped.
Well, because
Oh yeah, because the homeschool, the homeschool thing.
Don't
right?
tell like the PPP people.
all
that money was about helping you,
right?
Yeah.
So but
it helped you though. It's cool. Was that?
Yeah. They during the pandemic, parents wanted help.
Yeah,
because the kids were at home and they did not know what to do in front of the computer. And we have Common Core math, which is the new math that parents are struggling with.
Because it don't make no sense.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple people, not to cut you off, but I've seen a couple people doing homework. I'll be like, why are y'all doing it that way? Because I learned it a different way.
That shit.
I still got the right answer.
That shit got you YouTubing and shit, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit got you on YouTube. Like, nigga, how do you actually putting in the problem? Like, nigga, somebody got to know this answer.
Yes.
Like, I don't know
a couple YouTube videos doing the math the new way, which is Common Core.
Mm.
Common Core is about what we were talking about earlier about thinking.
Yeah.
Because they want the students, by they I mean like
the government.
Because what's happening is we are in a a global competition with like Asia and
educationally niggas behind. So
this was like something so propel for us so we could think, and we could create like engineers and coding, because that type of stuff helps their mindset at a young age.
And that's where the money's at right now.
Yes.
So
okay, fine. I understand now. I just thought they were just trying to change it just because.
Oh no, they realized how stupid it was. So they're like, oh, these Chinese niggas is wilding out.
I'm not what I'm saying?
I'm an artist, so it's okay.
You still need to anyway. So, but how do you feel like? Because I know education now has been a big topic, because during the pandemic, people being home, like not getting the help that they need, but then also like now the school system just kind of like pushing them on. You know what I mean? Like, how do you? I guess just kind of like, what's your opinion on how you see education like shifting from back when you were just tutoring to like now now you're still tutoring, but you know what I'm saying? Like tutoring before COVID and then like now.
Oh, it's
and still being in the school.
It's changing. It's not like the system that's here now, I personally don't see it surviving like 15 years, because the pandemic changed a lot. Students were home. Parents have a different mindset where it's like, do they really have to go to school each day? There's chronic absenteeism throughout the city, because they're not showing up as much as pre-pandemic at all. Like it's
and it wasn't showing up at home. Like, oh, you gotta just go on a computer. It wasn't showing up.
They were showing up at home.
But I feel like there's some parents though that use school as a babysitting location.
I mean, but you think about it in reality, like we spend like the bulk of our early years in school. You know what I mean? So that is like a babysitting service. That's basically what it is. Like the teachers, I mean, like, and I always feel like growing up, we had like teachers that really cared. You know what I'm saying? Like teachers that were like dead ass whoop our ass, like gonna put to the back, like, yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying?
They can't be kids no more.
Now teachers like they could have called the cops on you, and you know what I'm saying?
They can't be children.
And you know what I'm saying? They could have called the cops on you now than anything else. You know what I'm saying? So school itself became more like a jail instead of what it was. You know what I'm saying? To me, I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, that's how I feel.
I had a conversation with somebody not too long ago about the institutionalism. Is that the institutionalism?
Yeah,
of
get
school?
the word together. Get the word together.
Look now, you gave me this. And
we just started though.
Once I'm hungry, that's it. It's a couple sips and it's over. But just like how, like the whole setup of school from the beginning, that it is very similar to corrections.
Oh yeah.
Like you're in school all day, right? You have this. You're on a school bus, which is like a corrections bus. Like they're training you to either like be in the workforce, like or be in the factories, because that's what I heard like back then. Like that's what school was to do, to condition you to be prepared to work, or whatever. Versus it being more a place to really learn or expand your thinking in life.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not really meant to build like, you know, the future like business creators and stuff like that. It's really meant to build future workers. You know what I'm saying? Like
nowadays,
that's
how do you feel?
Yeah, how you look at it? Like
that's why they did Common Core, to expand that thinking. Like so they knew that we're in a more creative space these days. People who are coming up, the kids, they want them to have a good imagination, and that's really like what your education needs to be about. It needs to be creativity. You need the math. You need the reading in the ELA. And that's it. So I think it's changing a little bit, but it just depends on where you go. The school to prison pipeline that you're talking about, that depends on the school too. There are some schools, you know, and they've been in the papers. I don't want to say any names, but
you speaking out. You work there? You work there?
No, I don't work there.
I say that shit out.
No, so this is.
I gotta set you up.
They could be like, she was on this podcast and said we send kids to jail.
Like, let's cut this call.
But some charter schools, they're preparing. I mean, it's been said that they're preparing their children to go to prison because they're in class. They gotta sit like this. They gotta.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the public school system versus like the charter school system? Like,
it's really the same shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know in general it's the same thing, but they try to make it seem like it's two different things. And I know in the grand scheme it's not. Yeah. But in how they sometimes teach and how it's set up, it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Okay, you're in the world though, but go ahead.
It's different. Public school is...
it's still under DOE though. Like
charter school?
So the only reason I know that the charter schools are still under DOE is because when I used to work for MCU, it's for city workers. And so... we were still able to enroll charter school employees because technically they get money from the DOE. Yes. So that's the only reason why I like know that for sure.
Yeah. Charter schools do get money from the DOE. Charter schools are, they have to show results, like in terms of like test scores. I don't know how it is now with the pandemic because we didn't have a test. The state exam, you guys know the state exam that they have to take, which a lot of parents are opting out for.
You can opt out of
it? You can opt out, you can opt out of it.
Is that just because of now?
Nah.
It's been for a while.
I like my son, I
You've always been able to opt out?
I opted out of one of them shits. I was like, I think I opted out.
But like, what's the pro and con of that? Sorry.
There's really just to like, they should really just, to me, though, I'm heard, just really evaluate the teachers and what they do. Really, it's not really the students itself. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
But what about the regions?
You know more though, because
about the opting out. So I tell parents, unless you really think that your child's going to get a 4, then opt them out because some students just are not good test takers and there's a lot of anxiety that's unnecessary. And I don't do I don't like mixing anxiety with education. That's not good for the kids. So, you can opt your child out. Yeah. Of the state test.
The regions you still gotta take.
Yeah, you gotta take that. You gotta take
okay.
But that's like New York State type shit.
Yeah, no, okay. I was just making sure. Make sure I understand.
Yeah. All I would say about charter schools is that some are good, some are really good, and some are not.
I've heard though. I have friends that, especially my friends that I originally went to school with, some of them are actual teachers. Some we all kind of like went other ways. Yeah. But I do have some friends that work in charter schools and in public schools. So like I've heard about where like the kids have to sit, hands folded, feet down, eyes up. Like they can't be kids. Yeah. And
like super militant type shit.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And it's like, I understand where it's like, yeah, some kids can be rambunctious or whatever, but they've been, I feel like, talking a lot now about like letting kids actually be kids and like explore and doing stuff instead of just telling them no, sit down, you know. But have you ever what's the other learning, Montessori like, because that's like learning by play, right, or something like that. I know like one friend of mine, her son goes to like a Montessori school, and I was just like, all right.
But that's for typically younger.
He was younger. I mean, who knows? He's older now.
But I like Montessori. It's great.
Learn by play.
Isn't it like learning by like being a little more like hands-on and stuff?
You go.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. Okay, so Montessori, like, it's cool. It's like every child learns on their own unique path. So you could bring them in. Everybody's not going to do reading and math at the same time. This student we might think that they like to possibly have some type of cooking or be a chef maybe. So then they'll gear something towards, you know, teaching them about different foods and stuff. Yeah. This student might like to be an actress. So they're going to like, you know, do things to help them go in that route. So Montessori is cool.
That's pretty dope. I feel like with my son, like, I mean, it's like, he followed my footsteps a lot. So even now he has his own YouTube channel and do his own thing, whatever. But it's like, I've seen it early, like, you know, I remember when he was in school, they used to tell him like, they tried to tell us like he had like a reading problem, but that's because like the whole thing was on this ABC Mouse app, whatever the case is, shit was. But we had him reading like physical books and shit like that. So he wasn't doing anything on that app. But it was like he's gonna get left behind. I was like, nigga, he read better than half the kids in their fucking school. What are you guys talking about? You know what I'm saying?
It's just because they were focusing on that app.
Yeah, so it's like now everything is so with technology. It's just like, yo, you know, they don't even focus on like just read the book anymore. It's like, it's just so crazy.
Every child is unique, and
no, that is true.
You can't base them on one thing.
Not like my son's gonna be a star, nigga. You gonna be on TV.
I think that's sometimes what like
could be on TV, nigga.
Public schools miss out on because you pack kids into this room.
I know he's gonna be a star. He's crazy. He's like next Kanye or some shit.
His son tried to like holla at me, okay? And this little boy
he knows
like
what it is. He know the vibes.
12. All right, and I was like, "Good sir, I'm gonna need you to sit down."
Nah.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, who's that?"
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, come here." I was like, "Can you
like, yo, Dad, who that?"
Out of my face.
I was like, you know what?
12 years old.
You know what it is. You know the vibes.
All right. You keep that energy, and then he gonna have a baby somewhere.
I ain't gonna be no young grandfather.
You say that now.
Nah. Yeah, but speaking about school and these students and everything, like how were you as a student?
What grade are we talking? Elementary, middle, high school?
Let's go middle and high school. I feel that's why I got most of my trouble. Go ahead.
I was a student that I was smart. I knew it. I knew the stuff.
Oh,
I knew everything.
It sounds like you was getting some shit though. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing. I knew a lot, so it was like, why am I here? I didn't apply myself because it was nothing to apply. Yeah. I was just like, this is easy, kind of.
I got in trouble one time, and so they told my mom, was like, I think he's bored. Yeah. Because I always had like good grades and everything. And I was like on the honor roll and shit, but I was got in trouble.
You were?
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're looking at me crazy. I was on honor roll a lot, but like I was the kind of. I mean, once I got on the honor roll, but I was like, I got suspended for some bullshit. You know what I mean? But I kept coming back to school, and then R.I.P. Mr. Thomas and shit like that. They had the cops coming to get me. I was like, yo, the cops coming to get you. Technically, you're trespassing, so you gotta go.
Oh, you were suspended and you went to school.
Yeah, I kept because I love school. You know what I'm saying? Because. Not for work though, because
you just like people.
I was a people person. You know what I mean? I was like nigga in school. Yeah.
You like your friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was a good student. Usually, we're talking what, middle school to high school, you said?
Yeah.
Well, so when I started middle school, I actually started in California, which was a very interesting situation because it was like one black person to like, honestly, a lot of Asians.
I can see you being as that black person. Go ahead. Yeah. All right.
Anyway. That was interesting just because like I think I got kind of like it was just interesting.
How's the transition when you came to New York?
Well, because remember I originally went to school in New York, went to California, and then came back. Like so it was like you know. But I was homeschooled briefly in California, which I hated. Which after we have this conversation, I want to ask about homeschooling. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I hated being homeschooled, and then like I came back middle school, high school. I went to performing arts high school, but I was smart. Like also like I liked. Stuff was easy, and then so it was like, all right, I still was like a good student though. I wasn't like too crazy.
Yeah, I was crazy.
That's interesting that we all kind of have that similar experience, and that makes me like, you know, wonder like the students who are excelling, what are we doing to keep them interested in the school? Yeah.
I had a situation though, which annoyed me then when I was in high school. Like I love math, right? So like I was always in like I always did like the AP or whatever classes, but there was the option to go to pre-calc or go straight to calculus, right? And for whatever reason, my teacher was like, I don't think you should jump straight to calculus. I'm going to put you in pre-calc. And I was like, why? Like, and when I tell you pre-calculus was just so easy to me.
Okay.
And I was like, why? Like, why would you do that? But that was his recommendation. And it was like, that was all I could do, even though I was getting 90s on everything. And it was just like, I don't know if sometimes there are teachers that I feel like purposely, maybe not necessarily for bad reasons, but maybe they don't want to push students too far. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then there are teachers that purposely just like put students in a box and then they don't help push them forward either. Like, I think you have like that weird combination and that you just never know what you're going to get in this school system sometimes.
Yeah.
Like
teachers play a major role. Also, it's Teacher Appreciation Week right now, so
is
we
it?
gotta show teachers some love.
Yeah, the ones.
Shout out to Mr. Love.
You know what I mean? Shout out to
that was my math teacher.
Yeah. Shout out to Miss Green and Miss Green. I had 2 Miss Greens. You know what I mean? In junior high school and in high school, Miss Green in high school, we started an investment club in high school. Oh, so if I went to school for business in college, I would have like business credits
and you
through
did
Morgan Stanley. No, I didn't do that.
Wow.
Mr. Atterbury, that was a homie. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Tummins, RP, that's my dude. I got in trouble a lot. I used to get in trouble. I used to get kicked out of class and shit.
Wow.
I used to walk around with the guards and shit. Wow. So I used to end up in like the teacher's cafeteria.
You was just bad.
Yo, they love me. I was that dude, right? Shout out to Miss Clark. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
she not listening.
That was a homie. You know what I'm saying?
She not listening. She not listening.
I get mad. You ain't no love out in the streets.
Look, I said shout out. You know what was funny? This is really a corny statement. So my math teacher, his name was Mr. Love, but his first name was Addison. So his thing used to be Add Love.
Oh,
that's stupid.
Okay. I just wanted to throw that in there. I thought it was so cute.
it is.
But anyway, like touching on like homeschooling, right? Because I feel like beforehand, and especially even now, like with the pandemic situations, like a lot of people are talking about homeschooling their kids. And I just think that's like, one, I'm glad I don't have kids right now. I just want to say that. Like, I'm glad I don't have kids that have to go to school. I'm glad I have to figure nothing out with them. But I mean, I don't know. How do you feel? Do you think about homeschooling your kids? That was in the conversation.
Like, you going to school, man.
You gonna say you're gonna make sure your kids go to school? You want homeschool?
Let me tell you something. My son is just like me. He wants to be
around people.
Exactly. You know what I'm
but
saying?
You can put him around people and be like. So being in schools, right? Like, would you maybe down the line? Do you think you would homeschool or you would send them?
I like homeschool. I'm not sure what I would do, honestly, because I don't have children yet. But I will say a lot of parents homeschool these days too because of vaccines, and they don't want to push
the vaccine is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's important for, just as a kid to be around your peers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Especially nowadays. Yes. I feel like nowadays you have more kids that's, this whole trigger thing, and everybody is, have some type of issue and every, mental issue and things like that. I think it's important more than anything else to be around your peers, to have friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, I think that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
social.
Yeah, like you're dealing with kids. Like, do you see the difference, like with like how you was growing up with your friends and things, and how kids are now?
It's so funny. Well, some things are different, but sometimes I look at middle schoolers and I'm like, oh my God, I just remember when I was with my friends and just thinking about them. But it's pretty much all the same thing, but different themes, but the same way that they socialize.
Because I feel like we didn't recognize like niggas being depressed and all kind of that was in the thing with us.
Yeah, that's
mental illness is now addressed.
Now
so
it's a thing. More. It's just like, like it's so much. It's like, nigga, is this really a thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it real or is it like? Damn, you know what I'm saying? It's like so much of you know what I'm saying? There's so much of a thing now. It's like everybody is triggered. Something triggers like everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Motherfuckers drop a fucking paper on the floor. Oh my God, I'm triggered, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, the fuck?
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so
it's every month is something. So
no, every day is something.
Every day is something.
I used to have to do that at work, but every day is something.
But they are seeing things differently, and they're big on mental health. Also, another big thing that wasn't around was like LGBTQ things in school. That's a big change. But the mental health, the anxiety, they want to talk to their friends, but they're cool though.
Yeah.
They're cool. Kids are cute.
Cool. What do
you think about like technology now? Like, so I think like in some ways it's a pro that like kids, even at younger ages are being like more fluent in tech, right? But it's like, I also feel like in some ways it separates their social skills. Like, maybe separate's not the right word, but you see it though. Everything is like a tech.
I feel like you've been seeing that coming up, like to a point where people can't talk no more.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I used to work in a school, and and some schools do this. When you get in the morning, you have to turn your phone in.
Yeah,
and that is to me a great thing to do in schools because you're forcing the students to talk. Because as soon as you give the phone back at the end of the day, they're not even talking to each other no more. So I like that.
Or they talking to each other, but they like right here. They on the same chat text or
because I think like
group text
comparing when we were in school, obviously, and I feel like we're the that middle that bridge generation where we saw like right before technology really was a thing. Like we were in between. Like we still had cassettes, but then we got the CDs and MP3. Right. We have MySpace, the beginning of
my
Facebook.
My MySpace was on point. I ain't gonna lie. My MySpace was the shit.
You used to put
I had music on my shit. I had music on my shit. That shit was lit.
I used to have, when your top 8, you could rotate it. I used to put the code in so you could refresh.
Oh, yeah. Your top friend.
I ain't gonna lie. My MySpace was crazy, though.
I used to put all the codes in. That's honestly, low-key, that's how I learned to code. Like, that was how I learned to code. Forget anybody else telling me. Tom taught me. Okay? Tom taught me how to code. No, but I'm just saying, like, I realized compared to, like, us and even, like, the generation right under us, right? It's like, we went outside. We talked to people. I feel like we still have an okay sense of social skills with, like, interacting with each other. Whereas, like, there are a lot of kids growing up that now are so focused on learning on iPads, learning on phones, learning on computers, and they then now lack social skills.
You know what? Every child is different because I've seen like both ends. Like there's some students who like thrive in that online virtual learning. Like they loved it. They just by themselves. And there's some students who are like, nah, it's not for me.
I feel like my son is like that. My son, like, even though he has old technology.
Well, will he be distracted though in with other people? So
my son is, like I said, he's exactly like me, is like to a fault, right? Because he's the type that he has his own iPhone, or he has YouTube channel, all that stuff. But he will we'll go out somewhere, like, Jay, you taking your phone? He's like, I'm good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He leave that phone aside because he want to interact. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely in that, that online world when it comes to gaming and things like that. So he's a little bit of both. I feel like sometimes like as millennials, we're like you said, like we're the bridge. Yeah. But I feel like it's two different types of millennials, right? You got the millennials who can't really talk anymore. They can't have that conversation because they came up, like we all came up in that era where it's like, like I said, MySpace, Black Planet, all that other shit, whatever.
Black Planet.
Yeah, wow. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you. Niggas remember that shit, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. You remember that? That's the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's a start. You know what I'm saying? But like that shit was like a lot of people that can't talk nowadays. They thrive in this texting world and shit. I don't like to text that much. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with you.
I mean, I feel like
I'm a talker.
I definitely.
If you can't tell, I'm a talker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm I talk.
Like, I definitely feel like one thing I learned from, and this is slightly a tangent, but it was like when I did my solo trips, like being by myself, I had to interact with people. I had to be like, oh, what's your name? Where are you from? Why are you here? What do you do? Whatever, right? So then it was like coming back to the States and trying to even go out by myself, it was a little more nerve-wracking. Only because I feel like then you have people that are like, why are you asking all these questions? Like somebody before was like, so are you interviewing me? And I was like, no, I'm just...
Especially in New York.
Just trying to get to know you. Like, we're here chatting. Like,
New York is hard.
I mean, but... I mean, it's true. I mean, I'm a New Yorker. I understand. But I'm also like just very friendly. Like, I'm willing to talk to people still. I like my tech stuff, but I'm still very open to like social experiences. And so I'm slightly concerned with like this generation coming up where they're just so into Instagram, Facebook, like all that TikTok and all that stuff. And then they're not able to do the other things.
They about to be meta soon. So everything is about to be on that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
all that that virtual
a whole
thing.
Different world. Like,
but it's failing though. He's losing money.
Yeah, like sometimes like
meta is.
Yeah, like sometimes like even like in the whole
metaverse,
the whole gaming shit, like things like 2K, niggas played like they're like, I'm gonna play you on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like we play, like, but they be like in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna meet you on the court, nigga. Like boom, boom, boom. Like, I meet you on the court for real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why
it's just different.
I'm gonna plug my business in real quick because
plug it. That's what you hear.
So educational technology is one of the fastest growing industries right now.
That is true.
And it's like
cannabis.
Yes. And cannabis, yes.
How you doing? And talking about the kids.
My bad. Sorry. You gotta learn something out there.
But yeah, so with the educational technology, it's like I have people, and I talk to people, and I talk to investors, and I talk to partners, and they're like, yeah, go this route with the educational technology. And that's something I have to decide for myself. And it's a battle because I know, that's where the world's going. But at the same time, I want to I have an in-person space, and I want to provide that space where they're not on the computer all the time. Yeah. And that's why during the pandemic, I did have like a lot of people, because I still had that in-person space. We had the masks, we had everything, but the kids love to come and socialize, and they can talk and they can be themselves. So I'm like, I don't know if I don't know which route I'm going with that tech. But go ahead.
I definitely think you could hit like both sides.
Yeah, right? That's what I was gonna say.
Because I feel like, when we talk about just the way kids are now, and we talk about the mental health aspect of things, like that personal aspect, you know what I'm saying, kind of takes away from the mental, because I think a lot of kids, they want that friendship, they want to build those bonds. You know what I'm saying? And I think those are things that, as we grow up, as kids could grow up and shit, that's the thing that kind of take them away from, and that's what that takes away from everything else, right? Because they don't have friendship, they don't build bonds, they don't build those ties with people. So it's like, before you know it, they're like, I'm depressed. Like, what are you depressed for? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or they have, like I said, like, to me, like, I was one that I don't really believe in the whole mental health issue at first. It's like, all right, nigga, what the fuck you telling me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen niggas go through real shit, like mental, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, online bullying, what the fuck is that? I see niggas really get bullied. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I got bullied in school.
I was a real bully too, so it's cool.
So you were a bully.
Yeah.
I got bullied.
I know I got bullied, but I hear what you're saying though.
You know what? I think it builds my character though as a person.
As I'm saying, like, exactly, right? Your character get built, and I feel like I build a lot of niggas' characters out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, thanks to me, but
bullying is not good. Okay,
bullying is bad.
It's bad. You know how upsetting it was? I got bullied by all the black girls in my class.
Really?
Yeah. How crazy is that?
Yeah, she likes skin.
Really? Oh my God! All my friends was light skinned. Nah,
you love
not all my friends. But my best. That sounds crazy. Two of my best friends were like, they was cool, but we were in Georgia. I don't know if the situation's different.
Yeah, no, I got bullied by all the black girls.
Man,
ridiculous.
We lucky. Huh? You a black girl too, but damn, we love you.
Oh, thank you so much.
There you go.
Thank you for accepting me now. Years later.
Yeah, man.
But no, the mental health is a big deal. I mean,
it is.
But I see what you're saying, because sometimes children see things on the TV and then they come to school and it may not be the thing, but sometimes the case is different. Every situation is different. Yeah. So, but you definitely got to pay attention to your child and just know them and talk to them. And, if you see anxiety or anything, just talk to them and see what's up, really. That's all you could do. And, there's children therapists that a lot of people take, advantage of these days. And I think it's a good thing. Plugging my business again.
Plug that shit.
Math. So to me, last year I did so on my Instagram at Why Hate Math, we do, I post a lot of different things. And last year I did like a campaign about how math tutoring is a form of therapy, because we will work with the kid. One, you're helping them with their anxiety. They get a lot of fear with that. And another big thing is building that relationship. Like my students are like, I have some students who are like family to me now. Like, I talk to them, I know things about them, I'm asking you about it. Yeah. When we start our sessions, it's not just like, let's start the numbers. Like, how are you doing? How are you, like, how are things going? Sometimes we do meditation. We plug in math in with yoga. So to me, it's a big deal.
I think the most important things, kids want to know that someone cares. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, when I was working in the after school program, they gave me all like bad kids, all the kids from the hood, whatever the case is, right? And I had them doing like writing scripts. Like, we had a Black History project, and there's one girl, because I was in trouble and shit, cursing out teachers and shit. But she never cursed me out because she knew what it is. Brown soul nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I remember she was coming back. She was like, yo, Mr. Castron, I got some good ideas. She was hyped. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, really hyped. Yeah. But she, like, I met her on her level. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Sometimes, like too many people, like, they look down on kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they see them. They don't see them as the future and shit like that. If they look at themselves like they're getting a paycheck and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, shit, I wasn't getting paid that much, so the only thing I could see was, you know what I'm saying, that's some real shit. So, I think sometimes like it's important for teachers to really care. Like I said, I had teachers that really cared about me growing up, and I felt that shit.
You just listed all, you named them out, and that's good.
Yeah, Mr. Ramsey's Mr. Ramsey. He the bros. Crazy, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no shit about him.
Is that why you became the bros?
It is what it is.
But
That's my nigga.
One teacher can make, I know it sounds cliche, one teacher can make it, but no, one teacher could really make a big change in a lot of students' life. So, yeah, mental health.
I mean, listen, like, keep doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if teachers not being whatever, like your program sounds like it's giving, these kids, like just a light, you know what I'm saying? Something to really shine for and thrive for and shit like that. And something to really look forward to and shit. Yes. And that's what kids, that's what kids need. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
And there's a lot of great teachers too, by the way. They are going in.
It's cool. Like, you want to say fuck them niggas, but go ahead.
No. Seriously, they're dope. They're dope. Like, they are serving as, and I'm not trying to do a teacher.
Some people actually enjoy being teachers.
Nah, listen,
which is a good thing.
Like, good teachers.
Shout out to Miss Joseph. That's my friend. That's
I'm like any good teacher out here, like I fucks with for real though. You know what I'm saying? But I know like nowadays, like teachers is quicker to call cops than to really like get between the situation and try to help someone up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just the reality we live in. You know what I'm saying? New York. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, everything is cops in schools. It's mad cops in schools. So,
and they don't need to be.
Yeah,
and that's a whole different. That's a whole different type of discussion.
That's a whole different conversation.
I'm trying to create a whole different vibe. So
I like it. I fuck it. I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
The kids love it. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's why the parents come back like, my child's asking to go do math on Saturday. All right. Bye. Go.
That's dope. That's dope. I mean, they know it's on Saturday cartoon, so I feel we got to do something. But
you said there's no more Saturday cartoon?
No, there's no Saturday
cartoon. There's no more one Saturday morning.
Recess?
You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I mean, but listen, this is definitely a dope conversation. We definitely got to plug you. Plug your shit. Plug it again, man. Plug it again. Yeah.
Where can everybody find you?
whyhatemath.com, at whyhatemath. The Instagram's cool. We discuss different things. Yeah. Really cool things tying to math. It's not, trying not to be bored. Right? I have YouTube. I haven't been on doing YouTube videos lately.
I don't plug that shit in.
Yeah, but everything's there, and reach out.
All right, man. Yo.
I like it. I love it.
I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? Definitely dope. Really dope to have you here. And hopefully,
for coming.
Hopefully we enlighten the world on why math is important.
Yes, it's everything.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not just to count your money.
You can't live without.
But you gotta know how to count your money though.
You gotta know how to count your money.
A lot of people know how to count their money and shit. Celebrities, all the athletes and shit that be losing all their money because they don't know how to count their shit.
But you need
Wesley Snipes, he lost his shit. He don't know how to count his shit.
No, it does.
But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, man, I love it. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so guys, reach out.
Yes.
Check her out. Check out her IG.
Oh, your kids.
What I mean? Everything else.
Your kids need tutoring.
Your kids need help. We know your kids need help.
Yes.
I'm looking at you. I know your kids need help.
Do your kids need help?
My kids need help. my kid is crazy. I know he need help.
And even the ones who are doing good, they come too. We just pushing them forward. We just going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's awesome.
You know what I mean? So, definitely check them out. Check us out. All right.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming
out. Hottest podcast out right now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Keep the Frank podcast. We gotta keep it real and drunk.
Thank you.
Yo.
Third Eye Media Network.
Check out our YouTube channel, Third Eye Media Network, IG, Third Eye Media Network. Go ahead. Check out Chico Trey.
Trailing Husbands. Trailing Husbands. You know the vibes.
Check out me, Candace Frank on IG. You know what I mean? Out here doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? Dopest photographer / director in the world. You know what I'm saying? And Buzz be on the woman too. We out here. Keep it Frank.
Shout out Butter. Love that name.